नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं राज्यसभा टीवी। मैं हूं अमृता। तो अभी आप 2016-17 का बजट देख रहे थे। बजट को प्रस्तुत कर रहे थे वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली। सबसे ज्यादा जो फोकस उनका बजट में रहा वो कृषि क्षेत्र को लेकर रहा। रूरल सेक्टर में जिस तरह के इन्वेस्टमेंट की तरफ उन्होंने इशारा किया, उसमें सबसे बड़ी बात जो आज के बजट में कही जा सकती है, उन्होंने कहा कि ग्रामीण सेक्टर में जो हम बजट देने जा रहे हैं उसमें किसानों की आमदनी 2022 तक यानी अगले 5-6 साल में दोगुनी कर दी जाएगी। इसके अलावा भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और टैक्सेशन पे भी बहुत सारी बातें कही हैं। हमारे साथ हमारे सहयोगी गिरीश हैं। गिरीश, आगे बढ़ाएंगे चर्चा को।
Welcome. It was almost 105 minutes that the finance minister took to present his budget this year. It's a very exhaustive budget. I'm sure there are a lot of issues which needs to be discussed throughout the day today. And also, there are some very interesting taxation proposals, some of which are obviously aimed at giving some relief to the common man. We will discuss all these things today with the guests here in the studio and also outside. In the studio, we have with us Sanjay Kumar, who is a senior advisor at Deloitte. We have Yatish Rajawat, a senior journalist, and also Priyaranjan Dash, who is also a senior journalist. Welcome to all of you. Sanjay Kumar, coming to you first. Some interesting tax proposals and, which is aimed at giving a lot of relief to the common man. Because I'm sure a lot of people would like to know what is there for them, the ordinary people here.
Yes, there have been some changes in the tax proposals, and I think it's overall the idea, as the finance minister himself said, that the idea is to put some more money in the hands of the taxpayer. Now, he has increased if somebody does not have a house, then some HRA provisions have been increased. That's a very important one.
That's a substantial increase.
लेकिन उसका एक दूसरा मतलब ये भी हुआ कि जो लोग सरकारी घरों में रहते हैं उनके बहुत ज्यादा पैसे कट जाएंगे। जो 24,000 कटता था वो अब 60,000 रुपए कटेगा।
वो तो ठीक है, बट उनको तो ऐसे ही वो मिल रहा है। It's a kind of privilege that they get, but common man, हर आदमी सरकारी नहीं है।
This is a major, substantial increase, 25,000 to
60,000.
24,000 to 60,000.
60,000, and I would consider that to be a very healthy sign, because that is a very distressful, because ultimately you have to pay rent, because you have to keep your family.
एक और बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव कहा जा सकता है। जो नए कर्मचारी हैं उनको 3 साल तक सरकार जो है 8.33% का ब्याज देगी,
प्रोविडेंट फंड देगी
ईपीएफ में।
यस, वो एक बड़ा अच्छा है, बिकॉज एक तो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बात है कि हमारे सोशल सिक्योरिटी नेटवर्क बहुत स्ट्रांग नहीं है। सो people will get encouraged to be part of it, and because government gives them, and so they will get registered, etc. And subsequently they can carry it on for some more time.
Sanjay, this is generation thing. Sorry, Sanjay, Yatish, I want you to first let us see what are the benefits for the taxpayer.
Benefits for the taxpayer. I thought you should look at what is the benefit for the economy first.
No, first let's look at we'll come to the economy.
We all are
because people, I'm sure first the people, ordinary people who are watching would like to know what is there for them in this budget. Yeah. So let us start from there. As Sanjay pointed out, this HRA deduction, increase in the HRA deduction, and then what else?
Another thing which finance minister announced was the presumptive taxation, because that's for the small taxpayers, those who have their own businesses, etc. And these are the small businesses. Earlier they had they would get taxed on income, and they will have to a lot more compliance burden in case their turnover goes above ₹1 crore. So that has been increased to 2 crores. I'm not particularly happy with that, but at least there is some change.
Why are you not happy?
Because it's 1 crore was a very old one, and so basically what has been done is then been indexed with the inflation and made it to 2 crores, which is
did you expect it to be increased?
I would say that on presumptive taxation we need to bring a lot more, and because if you see presumptive taxation basically covers large number of people who are working in the informal sector, and to that extent, and the whole tax evasion issue or the coverage, even the tax net issue, is largely on the presumptive taxation. The higher tax bracket taxpayers basically have tax avoidance issues, but the lower ones, they are not in the tax net. So this would encourage people to come in the tax net, because and it has been kept at 8% of the turnover. So that could have also been changed.
Okay.
You know,
Yatish, what are your first impressions?
एक यतीश, इसी में एक सवाल मैं भी जोड़ना चाहूंगी कि जो मिडिल क्लास है, जिसकी आमदनी 5 लाख से ऊपर वाली है, जो ये उम्मीद कर रहा था कि 2.5 लाख से कुछ ज्यादा बढ़ा देंगे छूट, टैक्स छूट, उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं है।
हाँ, तो देखिए आप,
क्योंकि 5 लाख की आमदनी वाले तो बहुत कम लोग हैं।
नहीं, 5 लाख की आमदनी से कम 2 करोड़ टैक्स पेयर 5 लाख की आमदनी से कम है।
हाँ।
मिडिल क्लास के तबके में भी लोग हैं और उनको जनरल डिडक्शन की लिमिट उन्होंने बढ़ाई नहीं है। बजट स्पीच पे तो नहीं कहा है उन्होंने कि जनरल बजट डिडक्शन की स्पीच बढ़ाई है, लेकिन शायद कुछ फाइनेंस बिल में कोई डिटेल उसके बारे में हो जो हम अभी नहीं पढ़ पाए। ज्यादा फेरबदल उन्होंने बड़ा, मतलब जो एचआरए वाला पार्ट है ना, वो उसके 2 पार्ट्स है। एक तो उसका इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है इंडिविजुअल टैक्स पेयर पे, और दूसरा उसका इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री पे। तो मतलब एक हाथ से उन्होंने दिया है, बट उन्होंने उसको उसकी कोशिश ये की है कि वो 60,000 रुपए कहाँ जाएंगे फाइनली? रियल एस्टेट में जाएंगे, इंडस्ट्री में जाएंगे। क्योंकि आपने जो पहले आपको रेंट की डिडक्शन 24,000 मिलती थी, अब आपको 60,000 मिलेगी। यही काम उन्होंने इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट पे भी किया है। उस पे भी उन्होंने, आई थिंक दे मेड अ चेंज ऑन इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट। अगर आपका लोन 35 लाख तक है तो आपको 50,000 तक पर साल की डिडक्शन देंगे, तब तक आपका घर 50 लाख के नीचे है।
दैट इज हाउसिंग लोन्स।
हाउसिंग लोन, तो हाउसिंग लोन, यू सी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड दैट मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ हाउसेज फॉर मिडिल क्लास, you don't buy a 1 crore house, you buy between the 35 lakh and 50 lakh range. So he's increased the interest deduction on that loan, which is, I think, again, is not increasing the deduction, but he's asking you to basically buy a new house and get that saving in.
Yeah, that's right. Let us get Priyaranjan. What are your first impressions? What is there for the common man? And then we'll come to the economy and other things.
Well, the common man, I think we've, to the extent the details are available, we have already discussed some of the personal tax proposals that's been made in the budget for the benefit of common people, especially in the housing sector. That's been mentioned. So, I would like to first look at the overall budget. If you
let us start. Okay.
So, if you look at the overall budget, I think his priorities are all right, and the Prime Minister said that it was his exam day today.
And you think he has passed?
I think he's passed with flying colors.
He's passed with flying colors. Okay.
Because overall, if you look at it, as the Finance Minister himself explained, the challenge that he was facing was how to correct the government finances, how to keep his budget, and within that, how he could meet these competing demands that were required because of the exigencies facing the economy. Now, in terms of the exigency facing economy, the task was to boost the growth rate, create jobs. Okay? That being the case, what was required was public investment to be stepped up.
Right.
And especially rural economy and the farm sector, which have suffered in the last 2 years because of a variety of reasons, including bad weather, drought, and things like that. How to give the rural economy and the agriculture sector a boost, which in turn comes to the aid of the overall economy.
Okay.
Because
so what are the measures you think? What are the measures you think he has taken to boost the rural sector and the agriculture economy, which is what and that there seems to be a very significant shift towards the rural sector, because obviously in the last few months we have been watching how the government is trying to shift its focus towards the agriculture and rural economy.
Absolutely. Means the budget has a blanket or an umbrella policy statement saying that by 2022, the objective of all government policies and intervention in the agricultural sector are going to be aimed at increasing the farmer's income or doubling it from the
That's what the
present
Prime
level.
Minister said.
Now, if that's not a very big task, but it's a goal worth pursuing for the government. And keeping that goal in mind, the budget is emphasizing on irrigation, that is getting water to the land, which will help actually raise farm productivity to begin with, and to bring in technological support to the farmer and credit supports to the farmer. And he is creating, there is an attempt, and there are several proposals in the budget to create one national agricultural market, so that from the farm to the consumer, agricultural marketing becomes more efficient and rewarding from the point of view of the farmer.
Okay.
लेकिन रूरल इकोनॉमी और खास तौर से रूरल वेजेस के बारे में भी ये माना जा रहा था कि बहुत ज्यादा डाउन चला गया है। रूरल वेजेस को बढ़ाने के लिए क्या इस बजट में कोई प्रावधान है?
देखिए, दो तीन चीजें हैं जो,
क्योंकि उनकी आमदनी भी घट गई थी और उनकी परचेजिंग पावर भी घट गई थी, दोनों ही घट गई थी।
आमदनी घट जाएगी तो खर्चा कैसे करेंगे? तो एक जो चीज अच्छी की है वो है कि मनरेगा का इन्होंने एलोकेशन जो 38,500 करोड़ कर दिया, जो पिछले साल 25,000 करोड़ के करीब था। उसमें क्या
This is supposed to be the highest allocation for
this is supposed to be the highest, yeah. But we also need to compare it with what was utilized last year, because I believe the utilization rate has gone down substantially, because there has been no push from the
यूटिलाइजेशन रेट आई थिंक बढ़ा था, तभी उन्होंने मनरेगा के पैसे बढ़ाने की अभी हाल में सिफारिश।
वो फिगर देखनी पड़ेगी अभी मनरेगा की क्या आई है। एक जो डायरेक्ट
insofar as मनरेगा is concerned, मनरेगा is a demand based program in the sense that, you know, if the year is going to be bad agriculture wise, then that will naturally be, it's supposed to be an employment.
Demand बढ़ेगी.
But once you allocated that thing, it is allocated to the states based on the requirement the state puts up, based on how many people in their state are below the poverty line. So the allocation happens on 100 days of X number of people who are below. So that's why the states still want to be below poverty line.
मेरा पूछने का मतलब ये था कि जो ये अभी वित्त मंत्री जी ने अनाउंसमेंट किया है, उसमें रूरल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को बढ़ाने पे ज्यादा जोर है या वेजेस को बढ़ाने पर ज्यादा जोर है? लोगों के हाथ में ज्यादा पैसे देने पर
कमाई आप कैसे देंगे किसान की अगर आपको हाथ में कमाई देनी है तो या तो उसकी जो प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है उसके दाम बेहतर करिए, या फिर उसको डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट दीजिए कि उसके मतलब डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर करिए कुछ, तो या उसकी उपज बढ़ा दीजिए। जैसे उपज बढ़ाएंगे तो आमदनी बढ़ेगी। तो उस पे उपज बढ़ाने पे जो काम हुआ है वो दो तरफा हुआ है। एक, इन्होंने पहली बार इरिगेशन पे
20,000 करोड़ रुपए का अनाउंसमेंट किया।
नहीं, एक नाबार्ड के साथ 25,000 करोड़ का तो उन्होंने एक फंड सेटअप किया है जो लॉन्ग टर्म इरिगेशन फंड के नाम से किया है।
ओके।
दूसरा, आप जानते हैं कि हमारे देश में आज की तारीख में खासतौर से जो पंजाब, हरियाणा, हिमाचल और वेस्टर्न यूपी में है कि ग्राउंड वाटर कंप्लीटली डिप्लीट हो गया है। डार्क एरियाज कहा जाता है, यूएन ने उसको कहा है कि वी आर हेडेड टुवर्ड्स अ वाटर क्राइसिस।
राइट।
तो इन्होंने उस पे करीब मतलब एक काफी बड़ी अमाउंट एलोकेट किए ग्राउंड वाटर रिसोर्सेज को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, जो आज से पहले कभी फोकस ही नहीं रहा। 60,000 करोड़, इट्स अ big amount.
2.87, Sanjay, agriculture credit, that's where the focus seems to be, because he's talking of 9 lakh crores which is being allocated for agriculture credit. How important is it?
It's very important. In fact, adding to what has just been spoken, the other very important thing is that what he has talked about is that the fertilizer, the use of chemical fertilizer, moving to now to the organic one, which is the compost, fertilizer, which I think is a very, very important thing, because if you see, Punjab particularly had which had a very good productivity, started going down over the years because of the mining of the micronutrients in the soil, and that needs to be replenished. You know, earlier the zincated urea and all these schemes were brought in by the fertilizer ministry, but it didn't work because ultimately there was no subsidy for the addition of the micronutrient. But this scheme, which the finance minister is saying, that the government is saying, we need to bring on the, and improve on the fertilizer, and thereby they are also trying to move some amount of subsidy and also a certain emphasis to the compost fertilizer. I think is a very, very good thing, because ultimately the agriculture has to be sustainable on two things. One, the fertilizer usage, and the second one, when I say fertilizer, it also includes the organic fertilizer, and the second one is the irrigation, because in India there are basically two issues. One, that our farm sizes are very low, so farmers don't get enough amount of they are not viable in that way. The second is that the water is a big issue. So now he is trying to address the third one, which is the soil, which is connected to the farm. So together, these two issues of irrigation and the soil treatment through the fertilizer treatment, I think it's a very, very good step and will improve. And coming back to the credit, of course, the credit has to be made available to the farmers. Otherwise, how are they going to carry on the agriculture?
एक और उन्होंने अनाउंसमेंट किया है कि 6 साल में डिजिटल साक्षरता बढ़ाएंगे और वो गांव तक भी ले जाएंगे. इससे ग्रामीण लोगों को क्या फायदा होगा? क्या ये एक अच्छा कदम कहा जा सकता है?
साक्षरता का तो इशू ये है कि हर आदमी को साक्षर होना चाहिए, और इस पे कोई दो मत नहीं है. जहां तक गवर्नमेंट का उसमें एक बहुत बड़ा रोल है कि आप लोगों को साक्षर कराएं, ताकि जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं, जो इनिशिएटिव्स हैं गवर्नमेंट के, उसको भी ये एक्सेस कर पाए. अदरवाइज तो ये एक्सेस नहीं हो पाएगा. एक जमाने में प्रौढ़ शिक्षा अभियान था, एक जमाने में और भी अभियान थे, बट किसी हद तक कहीं कहीं पर जाकर के हम रुक गए और हमने ट्रैक चेंज कर दिया. सो कुछ भी हम करें, साक्षरता तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, उस पर तो कोई दो मत नहीं हो सकता.
सॉरी प्रियरंजन, इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. द फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर हैज सम vision. He has a vision. He's talking about 9 pillars of his budget. These 9 pillars are agriculture and farmers' welfare, rural sector, social sector, including healthcare, education, skills and job creation, infrastructure, financial sector reforms, ease of doing business, fiscal discipline, tax reforms to reduce compliance burden. So you think he has this clear vision, and how is he going to proceed towards it? And you see that vision being transformed into some kind of you see a path set for that?
Yes, absolutely. There is. Except I would say that insofar as the last one is concerned, which is
tax reforms to reduce compliance.
Yes. I can understand that on the goods and services tax, he has had nothing much to say in the budget.
Yes.
But so that is about the indirect taxes. And we know that we are all, as a country, waiting for this huge reforms in indirect tax system,
right,
which is supposed to come via goods and services tax, or GST. Now, but what has it done insofar as direct taxes, that is income tax, corporate tax, are concerned? If you look at that, this year's budget proposals, the details, subject to looking at the details,
yes,
what I can see are adding to the problem, the maze of incentives and exemptions which are there. And it is further complicating the regime.
Why do you say that?
Simplifying.
Priyanjan, why do you say that?
Although
why do you say that?
I'm saying that because if you look at the various concessions, user specific or taxpayer specific, or to various sections that's been provided, be they in terms of in savings incentives that have been provided or otherwise. Now that makes the income tax system even more complicated, and we are still waiting for the direct tax code, which
yes,
okay, the Income Tax Act.
No, that's right. No, let me get. You made a very interesting point, Sanjay. How do you react to that? Has it become more complicated? from all this?
No, if I could just add one.
Yes.
So
yes.
this is about insofar as the simplicity of the system is concerned, that I think it makes it more complex, number one. Number two, if you look at it, he has made several proposals and in fact open a window for settlement of various tax litigations that are going on. And thereby, he said that some 5.5 lakh crore of revenue is locked up in tax disputes.
Right.
And he's trying to provide a window for settlement. In doing so, what I could see from the proposals that he has made, I thought that he has gone on to increase the discretionary power of the tax officials.
Okay.
And
आपको रोकेंगे
sorry,
and
sorry, Preranjan, we have to go to our colleague.
बीजेपी दफ्तर में है जी। अखिलेश, आप बीजेपी दफ्तर में हैं। वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली ने जो आज अपना बजट प्रस्तुत किया है, बीजेपी में क्या कहा जा रहा है इस बजट को लेकर?
देखिए, बीजेपी में अभी आधिकारिक तौर पे अमित शाह जो बीजेपी के प्रेसिडेंट हैं वो अभी थोड़ी देर में अपना बयान देंगे, लेकिन इसके पहले जो और सारे अधिकारी बीजेपी के पदाधिकारी मौजूद हैं उनका कहना है कि यह जो बजट है वह गरीबों के हित वाला बजट है, कृषि के हित वाला बजट है और मध्य वर्ग को और ज्यादा सहूलियतें देने वाला बजट है। साथ साथ में जो छोटे उद्योग हैं उनको सहूलियतें मिलेगी और उन उद्योगों में जो काम करने वाले मजदूर हैं उनको सहूलियत देने वाला बजट है। मतलब यह कि चुनाव के लिहाज से अगर देखा जाए तो शायद बीजेपी के लिहाज से इससे अच्छा बजट कोई नहीं हो सकता।
यतीश, मैं आप रुकेगा हमारे साथ। यतीश, एक जो अभी हाल के चुनाव हुए हैं बिहार के, क्या उससे ये सबक लेते हुए बीजेपी ने बजट बनाया है?
देखिए, आप
कैसे कहा जा सकता है?
आप जानती हैं अभी आगे जाके पांच राज्यों में और सारे के सारे ये राज्य कृषि केंद्रित है। वैसे तो सभी राज्य कृषि केंद्रित है बारिंग नॉर्थ ईस्ट या जम्मू कश्मीर। तो मतलब फोकस जो कृषि पे रहा है इस बजट में उसका आप राजनीति एंगल देख सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं राजनीति के अलावा आपको ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि कृषि आखिरकार जब इकोनॉमी पूरी थम हो गई है, इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं हो रही है, कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर पिछले 3 साल में कोई फ्रेश इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं कर रहा है, तो आपको कंजम्पशन लेड डिमांड से ही इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ लानी पड़ेगी और उसके लिए आपको सबसे बड़ा तबका आपका कृषक किसान है। तो अब आप उसको इस तरफ से दीजिए, ऐसे दीजिए, अब देना बहुत जरूरी था। अगर आप इसको और डिले करते हैं तो हम स्लो डाउन की तरफ जा रहे थे।
Okay, Sanjay, as far as the tax reforms are concerned, much was expected of him. You think he has taken some hard decisions? Do you see any hard decisions being taken there?
I would say that it is actually not very hard decisions. One of the very important things that needed to be done was to improve on the tax administration. On that, he has selectively picked up the dispute redressal channels, right, and tried to make it a very, very if the tax demand has been raised, then you can go and say that up to 10 lakhs, then you pay certain amounts, and then beyond 10 lakhs, then you pay certain amount. Now, please understand that the demands are being raised by the assessing officers, sometimes not with very founded evidences. Okay, there are also surmises, there are also preventive assessments. Now, in that whole scenario, how will this work? Is that not a little punitive on the taxpayers? And to that extent, I would say that the dispute resolution, somebody has to see the little bit of detail also. But many other countries have very, very different ones. They have a settlement, they have a negotiations, and all those things. Some element of negotiations and settlement kind of conciliation and settlement kind of elements have been brought in, but it had to be done a little bit more.
What about the tax tribunals?
One interesting thing he's done on the tax tribunal is that if they fail to refund your tax within 90 days, he's increased the interest rate, and he said that the officer responsible for that will be responsible for the revenue loss to the government because of the higher interest outgo. So, I mean, I would have liked to see more of this personal responsibility of tax officers when it comes to assessment, compliance, and even, ensuring a penalty is insured and then looking at, let the other guy, the taxpayer, fight it out in the court. But typically that is the situation which happens,
if I can just add to that, if you make the tax department, through these kind of small changes and try and say that it will be your personal liability if you don't do that, then typically what will be my response? My response will be, I would not do any of the things which leads to a little bit of, this salary cut or that kind of action. So what you needed to do is to bring in a little more comprehensiveness to this dispute resolution method, which I don't think has happened.
Okay.
It has been selective, it has been peripheral, it has not been comprehensive.
He's not gone the whole...
He's not gone the whole hog.
हम ये चर्चा जारी रखेंगे, लेकिन आगे बढ़े उससे पहले अब तक की सुर्खियां देख लेते हैं कि इस बजट में क्या क्या ऐलान किया गया है।